You can. Well, we have an exciting new WRAL podcast to share with you. The Killing Month, August 1978, is now airing on all podcast platforms. The first 2 episodes are out right now. It features the killing spree of a band of country outlaws who were trying to silence witnesses. WRAL's Amanda Lamb is the host, and she has a personal connection to the story.
Back in 1978, behind the beautiful rolling hills and farmland that defined rural Pennsylvania, something evil was afoot.
In their 10 commandments, there was only one, and that is, you don't rat us out or we'll kill you.
Yeah, don't snitch.
And if you did?
Well, we see the results of if you did.
3 brothers, known as the Johnston Gang, were anointed as the leaders of their family's crime empire. For years, they'd eluded conviction, often by threatening witnesses, or worse.
For their survival, they would do anything, and they didn't care who they had to kill.
It's so astonishing and so extreme. What kind of person can do that? Once you had all the facts, it was believable. But you had to believe the basic premise, which is, what would happen if a father resolved that he would kill his own kids if it would keep him out of jail?
As a 13-year-old girl, I got to watch the entire case unfold, because my father was the district attorney who handled the investigation.
All the murders were ruthless and brutal.
The Johnstons shot and buried young snitches alive.
He had dirt under his fingernails, like he had tried to dig his way out.
I'm your host, Amanda Lamb. In this new podcast from WRAL, I will take you on a wild ride to the spots where witnesses were shot and bodies were buried. You'll hear from the people who were there.
They're evil. They're evil. As a kid, I didn't know it, but they are evil.
The story of a family crime empire that came crumbling down when the bodies started piling up. This is The Killing Month, August 1978.
Wow, and Amanda joins us right now to tell us how this project started, Amanda, and what listeners will hear throughout all 8 episodes. I mean, I have the chills.
Yeah, I could not get this out of my mind. I watched this as a child, watched it unfold, watched it in the courtroom, heard my dad talking about it, and it just stuck with me, Michelle, all of these years. So for 45 years, it's kind of been in the background, something I wanted to work on.
Sure. And was it hard to find people who are still around and still alive to remember what happened?
You know, what was amazing is most of these people are in their 70s and 80s. They went on to have stellar careers in law enforcement and the legal system. But they really, this case just meant so much to them, and finding justice in this case meant so much. They remembered things in incredible detail, and they were so gracious with their time.
Wow. I mean, you're a longtime crime reporter. You have covered so many high-profile crimes here in North Carolina, and you have the personal connection to the story. Aside from that, what also intrigued you about this case?
You know, I think what intrigued me was the fact that these officers and these investigators had to work with no GPS, no text messages, no surveillance video. They had to do it the old-fashioned way. And in this case, they had to turn snitches, in some cases people who were also murderers, to testify against this group of brothers because it was the only way to convict them.
Wow. Well, you certainly have my attention. I'm sure you have the attention of everybody watching. Where can people go to find the podcast?
People can find the podcast anywhere that they listen to podcasts, Apple, Spotify. And today you can listen to episode 1 and 2. And each week we'll be dropping a new episode.
Oh, my goodness. I love it so much. Amanda Lamb, thank you so much.